A majority of packaged goods that are labeled natural are actually contain genetically modified ingredients, which makes it unclear, as to whether they are natural or not.
GMO! Say no to GMO! Hell no, GMO!
2 million people in 436 cities in 52 countries. Their protest 100% focused on genetically modified organisms, or GMO.
If estimates are correct, relying on traditional organic farming may not be an option to feed the billions of extra mouths in our future. So what goes on behind the scenes at agrochemical companies such as Bayer CropScience, Monsanto, and Syngenta?
Chances are you've been eating genetically modified food for most of your life, even if you haven't realized it yet. Genetically modified organisms, GMOs for short, are a way of altering the chemical compounds of plants and animals to theoretically make them more beneficial for humans.
Although these scientific breakthroughs could possibly be the key to cutting down on pesticides and energy use, there is controversy over the safety and long-term effects of the modified food. There are about 1.2 billion acres of genetically modified crops around the world, and it is predicted that up to 80% of all processed foods contain these crops.
Common examples of modified crops include corn, soy, and potatoes, which are used in a variety of food products and animal feed. Currently, there are no laws in the United States that require manufacturers to label GMO products, leaving many to wonder how these crops are affecting health and the environment.
Like any other argument, there are two sides to this debate, those for GMOs and those for organic. Organic foods are not allowed to be genetically modified and are clearly labeled with USDA organic stickers, while modified foods are altered by inserting, deleting, or changing a gene within the plant.
Some don't like the idea of GMO products in their food. There was a French study done in 2013 which showed a connection between GMO consumption and tumors in rats. Another study in Canada in 2012 found that rats suffered premature death when consuming solely GMO food. Nowadays, all of the genetic engineering being done is to provide the crops with their own source of internal pesticides. Some may wonder, why would I eat something that is meant to kill bugs? Will it eventually end up killing me too?
Other people think genetic modification is a great idea for this day and age, especially now that we are running out of natural resources. We are rapidly approaching the carrying capacity of the earth, and this might be a way to reduce or eliminate the upcoming problems. The benefits of GMOs are already being seen in the decreasing pesticide use, and eventually the farms won't need as much water to farm as they do now. Some believe that it is a huge advancement and that we should take advantage of this growing technology.
Between the years of 2001 and 2005, the production of genetically modified crops has tripled worldwide. Although GMO products have been in grocery stores since 1994, there is little to no data on how they affect human consumers. One study in the anti-GMO movement involved a scientist testing the impact of modified food on rats. The scientist was known as a hero of sorts in the pro-organic community. However, he failed to provide a control group for his experiment, which is a basic necessity in every good scientific study. The testing concluded that GMOs are very dangerous, yet the scientist only fed the rats a diet of potatoes, which is a poor diet causing health problems regardless of whether the food is organic or GM.
Those for GMO foods would argue that organic foods are in fact more dangerous. Animal manure is the main source of fertilizer for organics, which is concentrated with deadly bacteria that is already causing illness in people. Mark Lynas, the British environmentalist who helped launch the anti-GMO movement in the 1990s, changed his viewpoint after several years, saying, quote, "The GM debate is over. It is finished. We no longer need to discuss whether or not it is safe. You are more likely to get hit by an asteroid than to get hurt by GM food."
Some believe that the introduction of GMO foods could cause major complications in complex ecosystems. They could limit biodiversity and jeopardize the organic crops that are already naturally available. It is obvious that GMO products have not been tested long enough for some to be on board with them. These products have lower amounts of nutrients than organic crops do. A study from Harvard School of Public Health discovered a 70% increase in Parkinson's disease amongst farmers working in GMO fields. Organic crops are thought to not only be safer to consume, but to be safer for the farmers who grow them. This version of farming has been around for hundreds of years, so some would say that there is no need to change something that already works.
GMO foods can further reduce the amount of energy it takes to provide food for the whole of mankind, and eventually it is hoped that it will be a way to provide food to poverty-stricken areas. These crops use less pesticides and don't need as much tilling to remove weeds, therefore protecting the soil and the environment around them.
Although some people are against GMOs, the fact of the matter is that they are all around us. GMOs make up most of the basic foods used in everyday cooking. 88% of corn is genetically modified and is used in many different products such as oils, flours, fillers, thickeners, flavorings, sweeteners, and livestock feed. 93% of soy is also genetically altered and is a very common ingredient in most processed foods.
The debate between GMOs and organic food is ongoing and has proven to be an important topic in today's media. People are concerned over their health and want to know all the facts before they put themselves or their families at risk. There are lots of different opinions out there regarding this environmental issue, so it is increasingly crucial to find reliable sources.
What is a GMO?
It's genetically I don't know, what is it?
What is a GMO?
I don't know. I know it's like some corn bad stuff, right?
What is a GMO?
I don't know, so I really don't care.
What does GMO stand for?
Genetically manufactured.
Oh.
What is a GMO?
It's a genetically modified organism.